Your boy Hennythemoor reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, man, y'all are joining me for a Sangria Saturday, man. I said I would name every day that we in the liquor store a different drink. You know what I'm saying? So we had mojitos Mondays, we had tequila Tuesdays, we had whiskey Wednesdays, we had Thursday Thursdays. You know what I'm saying? I forget what the hell I said Friday was, man. You have to forgive me because I done slept since then. But we are in here on a Sangria Saturday, man. So we turned up. We in the liquor store. We gonna get drunk on the Dallas Cowboys content together, man. So y'all slide in, man. Y'all slide on into the building, and we gonna do what we do, man. I got about an hour to give y'all some quality Dallas Cowboys content, man. So we gonna be rocking out just like that. But hey, real quick, let me show some love to the folks already sliding into the liquor store, man. T Smooth TV is already in the building, rocking with your boy, man. Salute to you. My guy Jameson Taylor, I see you in the building as well, man. Salute to y'all. So hey, y'all know the usual rules and regulations. I don't know what the hell done happened to me, but I can't say regulations anymore. I don't know what the hell. Like I stumble over that damn word every time. It's like my 34th time doing that. But y'all know the usual rules and regulations when y'all coming to the liquor store, though, man. Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that share button. Y'all hit that Eagle fans upside the head so you can get your discount, man. And, we're going to rock just like that, man. Hey, Raymond Salas, what's up with you? Hey, Marcus Hardison, let's go. Young goat in the making. Hey, I appreciate the love, my boy. I appreciate you. Brian Kite, I see you, my guy. Salute to you, man. Appreciate y'all for coming in and showing love to the channel, man. So yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. And make sure you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, man. Because if you slap the shit out of an Eagles fan, I will give you half off of all the merchandise inside the liquor store. And since I got exactly what you need to succeed, you need to go ahead and find a nice landing area on the face of an Eagles fan so you can go ahead and get what you need, man. Hey, what's up with you? Bruce got the toxic juice that ran into the dough, man. I see you, my boy. Salute to you. Yeah, man. And also, before we jump right into the content, before I forget, I am still going to be giving away Dallas Cowboy game tickets in order to support myself, in order to send y'all out there to watch Dallas Cowboys destroy the Philadelphia Eagles live and in person, man. So if you want to participate, if you want to enter, all you got to do is send either $10 through the Cash App, which is $Hennythemoor, or you can send it through the Super Chat or Super Stickers, man. And there's multiple prizes this time around. That's why we're doing it so big. Usually the raffles are only $5, but since we got about 3 or 4 things we will be giving away, this one is 10. So the first place winner is going to receive a Dallas Cowboys ticket with a seat attached to it to the Dallas Cowboys home game against the Philadelphia Eagles. That game will be played in December. So, and it's going to be, like I be saying to y'all, it's going to be played in Dallas. The Eagles have not won a game in Dallas since 2017. Fun fact. So you can damn near guarantee this will be a victory. They done came to Dallas and got towed up by Dak Prescott. They even ran up on Andy Dalton wrong one time and got folded up like fresh laundry. So, the Dallas Cowboys do not lose to the Eagles in Dallas. So if you want to see the Dallas Cowboys get a surefire victory against a divisional rival, man, all you got to do is hit the Cash App, man. Hit the Cash App or hit the Super Chat and send the 10. Also, the second place winner of this raffle is going to receive a Dallas Cowboy ticket to the same game, and this one will be for standing room area. So it's still dope. You still get to have the game experience. You still get to see the entire game. You just can't kick your feet back on that. But it's still Gucci, man. You still have a great time. It's a wonderful atmosphere out there in AT&T Stadium. And then the third place winner is either going to receive a PlayStation 4 or they will receive a Dallas Cowboy jersey of their liking. So if any of that interests you, or if you just want to support your boy Hennythemoor, hit the Cash App or hit the Super. And then my boy JC Cowboy then slid in. What's up? He said, and they can meet up with me. He said he already got his tickets to the game. So yeah, man. So you ain't even gotta go alone. You can meet up with JC Cowboy at the game, and y'all can rock out together, man. NFZ, what's up with you, man? Salute to you. Thank you for sliding in. And hey, I see you started putting the 6 in the chat box, man. He used to slide in with 5, but since we are going to win our 6th championship this year, he's already manifesting that into existence. Keystone, what's up with you, my boy? Salute to you. He said Hen Rock. Yeah, what's up with you, my boy? So yeah, man. And hey, we are shutting the raffle down on August the 1st. So you got, let me see, 7, 8, 9. You got about 10 days, man. You got about 10 days to get your raffle entries in. So you want to improve your odds of going to the game, get your raffle entries in before August the 2nd, because that's when I'll do the drawing. Matt Leslie, what's up with you, my boy? Salute to you. I see you done slid through the building, man. So, let's talk about it, man. So, training camp is upon us, right? It's happening on the 26th. It's 4 days away. It's not even a full week. On Wednesday, training camp is gonna kick off. West Coast is gonna be there the first day of training camp, so you will receive around the clock coverage from your trusted independent content creators. But one thing I wanted to talk to y'all about on the way into training camp, Dak Prescott. And it's not really about him as a player. We already know that he's a top 10 quarterback. You can make the argument he's a top 5 quarterback. But what is something that he can do to take his game to the next level? And listen, the thing that I got in mind is something that he's already shown that he can do, something that he came into the league doing at a high level, something that he was not really allowed to do with Kellen Moore as his offensive coordinator. And y'all can probably guess where this is going. Dak Prescott needs to be more of a runner in the red zone and on short yardage situations. That's pretty much. And listen, I understand he's older. I understand that he had a leg injury that happened 2 years ago. He got hurt in 2020. We're going into the 2023 season. He's going to be 3 years removed from breaking his leg. He's fine. He's fine. He's healthy. He's not even a 30-year-old man yet. Dak Prescott is still a mobile quarterback. He's still a very efficient quarterback when he runs the football. So, of course, I brought evidence and facts and numbers to back my case. That's why we're here for. We have adjourned the trial to see if y'all will agree with me or not. Hey, babe, talk to you. Baby talks back about that Prescott. I'm not 11 talks back about Keith. I have no idea what you were talking about, Raymond, but I appreciate you for sliding in and showing love to the channel, my boy. I do appreciate you, brother. What's up with you, Mike Aldana? Salute to you. Salute to you. So, first order of business, I'm going to play you a quick video, from Mina Kimes, who is one of the most impartial analysts that I've seen. But she has this is one of the reasons why this came to my mind, right? So she got some numbers for y'all. I like numbers, so I'm gonna play the video, and then we'll talk about it once the video ends, finishes. So here's the video.
Presence, his pre-snap cognition is his superpower. I would like to see him run more and make more plays with his legs. He's so good when he does it. We were talking about Daniel Jones's efficiency numbers running the ball. Dak was 3rd in EPA per carry, 3rd on 3rd down, 3rd with 6 yards to go. So it wasn't just like he was, in short yardage having successful runs. And yet ranked below Mac Jones in rushing attempts. When he scrambled and threw, he was 1st in yards per dropback, 2nd in passer rating, 3rd in CPOE. And yet, again, behind Mac Jones and Matt Ryan and Dalton, it's like he doesn't want to do it, but I wish he would do it more because in his own words, I think he said, I'm a big mother. You are a big mother. Like, you're an athlete. I just wish he would do it more because I think it would be that last little piece that kind of puts this offense over the edge.
Yeah, I think that injury changed his career. I think it changed how he operated, and that was too bad because when it was Jason Garrett and Linehan, they didn't run him much, but he was a little more Russell Wilson. They definitely ran him in the red zone. They run him when they needed to, and he was very efficient, as you said, and that is a missing piece.
All right. So that was the video and y'all heard the numbers. Y'all heard, her take on it. While Dak Prescott does not run the ball a lot, she pointed out that a guy like Mac Jones, who has never been considered a mobile quarterback, had more rushing attempts than Dak Prescott did last year. She pointed out, that he didn't really throw on the run like that. Matt Ryan and Mac Jones had more attempts on the run. But when you look at EPA and all these other advanced metrics, Dak Prescott was the third most efficient quarterback when it came to running the football last year. When you look at throws on the run, things like that, he had the second best. He had the second best passer rating. He's still a very elite playmaker out of structure. He still is a very efficient scrambler when given the opportunity to run the ball. He said, "I love Mina Kimes for being real. One of the few that keeps it real and not just into sensationalism. Cam Newton's career halted for running the ball." Yeah, Cam Newton got hurt, but really, the injury that hurt Cam Newton actually happened when he tried to run down an interception he threw. That career-changing shoulder injury he suffered actually happened with him trying to run back and tackle a guy after he threw an interception. So it didn't actually occur, as crazy as it sounds, the injury didn't actually occur on him trying to, run for a first down or a touchdown. It occurred on him trying to, make a play that he probably shouldn't have been trying to make. He should have probably just let them run down the field. But, he tried to get back into the play. He tried to tackle the guy that intercepted him, and, he had that shoulder injury. He was never the same after that. And that shoulder injury, derailed him from running the ball and throwing the ball, right? Like all of his efficiency, numbers dipped dramatically after that shoulder injury. But yeah, man, he said Dak just needs to take more ownership of the offense. Yeah, and that is something, that they plan on doing. Mike McCarthy is putting a lot of onus, and a lot of, responsibility on Dak Prescott's shoulders. He wants him to call it the way he wanted to call it in the offensive huddle. Listen, Dak Prescott has talked about getting back into those scramble drill scenarios, which is something I think was neutralized in the Kellen Moore offense, right? Because you're waiting for the option routes to develop. You're not really out here making plays outside of structure because you don't really know which way that your wide receiver is going to go. Is he going to go into the middle of the field? Is he going to run a pivot route because you gave him the option to do either or? And then, in Kellen Moore's system, you have multiple different guys running option routes at the same time, which, we all know some of the woes and some of the, issues that we ran into, last year, especially with the personnel that we had around Dak Prescott. So I do believe, Dak Prescott still has that in his game. I just think it's something that the Dallas Cowboys have tried to, at least I don't even think it's the injury, because Dak Prescott, was trying to run through guys the first year he came back. When Dak Prescott came back in 2021, he took off, ran into the end zone against the Atlanta Falcons, ran through two people, scored a touchdown. He said, "Henny, what excuses are you making for Henny today? For Dak today?" Not making excuses, Eastside. If you're just coming in, we're just talking about Dak Prescott needing to be more involved, situationally as a runner. Situationally as a runner and making plays out of structure. That's what we're talking about today. But thank you for sliding in, and I appreciate you for your support, Eastside Hero. Even though you're, a dirty, hating Houston fan, you are still an undercover Dallas Cowboys fan that supports and shows love. So you are always welcome. So, if you ever want a Dallas Cowboy jersey, or if you want to participate in enter, to actually get a ticket to see a real team play football, hit the cash out, man. Hit the cash out, hit the super like you've been doing. I think, you get some ticket entries, some raffle entries, man. And, you can get an opportunity to see a real team play some football. But thank you for sliding in, Eastside Harold. He just needs to pull it down more on those 3rd and 5s and 7s. Yeah. I think Dak Prescott still has the ability to run. As Meenan pointed out, he had the third best EPA, on runs, third and long, third and 3. He was still efficient. He was still getting it done, as a running threat. We just did not ask Dak Prescott to do a whole bunch of running. And listen, Dak Prescott has never been a burner. He's never been a Lamar Jackson kind of runner. He's never been a Michael Vick kind of runner. He's never been that kind of running quarterback. He's never been a Cam Newton. But Dak Prescott is still a mobile guy. He's 6'2", about 240, 230, whichever you want to give him. He's a big dude. Like, he's a big dude. He's a load to handle. He can give you some tough yardage. He's not the easiest guy to bring down. You can't really arm tackle Dak Prescott. So, there is a place, for his mobility to be utilized. So, matter of fact, let's just take a look. Let's just take a look at some of Dak Prescott rushing. I'm actually going to make the case that he's already getting back into more of a running quarterback. Well, more of a dual threat quarterback. So I'm gonna get this pulled up. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it. Yo, what's up with you, Neil? He said it's Saturday, so I slapped 7 Eagles fans to end the week. Hey, my boy Neil, the serial slapper, that slid through the door, man. What's up with you, man? Ruben, what's up with you, Mr. Hernandez? He says, what's good, Henny? I was busy slapping the Eagles fan. Hey, man. Between y'all, we should have slapped up about 2 or 3 dozen Eagles fans already, man. So, hey, happy Saturday to all my serial slappers, man. Salute to y'all. So, yeah, man, let me go ahead and share the screen. We're going to talk about Dak Prescott's raw rushing numbers over the years. We're going to actually see when Dak Prescott stopped being, quote unquote, a runner. So 2016, Dak Prescott was a rookie. He ran the ball 57 times, had 282 yards, averaged about 4.9 yards a carry. He had 6 rushing touchdowns. Right? Not all world rushing numbers, but he scored. He kept the ball in quarterback keepers in the red zone. He extended plays with his legs. He made play out of structure. That's some of the things that secured Dak Prescott the starting job, even when Tony Romo, got healthy. They wanted to go with Dak Prescott's mobility, his ability to make something out of nothing, his ability to throw on the move. Those were some of the things that, that they lobbied to keep him for. He should definitely be a red zone runner for sure. Again, QB draw. Yeah, listen, Dak Prescott used to be untouched. They used to call that quarterback draw in the red zone, man. He used to just skip it to the damn end zone sometimes, man. So, I definitely, wouldn't mind seeing some of that again. You said Eagles fan POV. Then, the following year, Dak Prescott, another 57 rushing attempts. Still had 6 rushing touchdowns, averaged about 6.3 yards a carry, ended up with 357 yards on the ground, which was the most in his career. So the most yards that Dak Prescott has ever rushed for in a season was 357, which is not bad. Which is not bad at all. All right. Then the following year, 2018, Dak Prescott had his career high in rushing attempts. He ran the ball 75 times. He had 305 yards, had 6 rushing touchdowns. So throughout Dak Prescott's first 3 seasons as a quarterback, he had 18 rushing touchdowns over the first 3 seasons that he was the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Then you add in the fact that he also had 944 yards on the ground. So Dak Prescott's first 3 seasons, 944 yards on the ground, 18 rushing touchdowns. That's very solid. That's very solid for a guy that we weren't using as a volume runner. What's up with you, Miss Green? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. Yeah, when Dak runs, we wins, which is another stat I'll talk about in just a second. So as you noticed, that was the pinnacle of Dak Prescott as a rusher. He never got back to any of those numbers after 2019. Because we all know 2019 is the year that Kellen Moore became the offensive play caller for the Dallas Cowboys. And slowly but surely, Dak Prescott's rushing attempts, took a dip. So as you can see, only 52 rushing attempts. It's not a huge difference in between previous years, but it was down. He had rushed for 75 times the year before. That's a full 23 attempts less, right? That's a full 23 attempts less than what he had the year previous. And he also at the time only had 3 rushing touchdowns, which was a career low. It was a career low in rushing touchdowns for Dak Prescott. 2020, we all know he got injured. He did have a game against the Atlanta Falcons where he rushed for 3 rushing touchdowns in that singular game, but that accounted for all of Dak Prescott rushing scores for that season. He played in 5 games. He only scored a rushing touchdown in one of them. And he scored all his rushing touchdowns in that one particular game. Then he came back from injury 2021. His only rushing touchdown for that year was against the Atlanta Falcons. Again, it dipped for only 48 attempts, 146 yards. But let's take a look at the trend though. Do you notice anything right here? Dak Prescott only had 3 less rushing attempts last year than he did in 2021. Right? He ran the ball at a much higher clip. He ran the ball at a much higher clip this year, and he had more yardage. So he was more efficient running the ball. He was much more efficient running the ball this year than he was the year prior. And he was on pace, to have about 50-something rushing attempts again, which he hadn't done since the 2019 season. So you could make the argument that Dak Prescott was already trending towards being more of a running threat, had it not been for the injury. If Dak Prescott had played a full 17-game season this year, because we know he missed 5 games, there was a possibility for Dak Prescott, to have the most rushing attempts that he's had since 2019. And 2019 is the last time that he had at least 50 rushing attempts in a season, and it's also the last time that he had over 200 yards rushing on the season. All right, so you might say that he's making progress. That you might be able to look at it that way, just judging, by the raw numbers. So what do we know about this season coming up? We know that Kellen Moore is gone. We know that Brian Schottenheimer is a guy that does not mind letting his quarterback, get some rushing attempts. I know it's going to be a brain trust. I know he's the OC in name only, and Mike McCarthy will be the play caller. But, I definitely do see Dak Prescott getting back to some of the running he was doing. I'm not even going to sit here and play like he's going to, be Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to sit here and play like he's going to be a prolific rusher of the football like Jalen Hurts. But red zone, with Ezekiel Elliott gone, I definitely can see the Dallas Cowboys letting Dak Prescott keep the ball on some quarterback keepers. I can definitely see that. And listen, especially in the playoffs, they were letting Dak Prescott run the ball. He ran, he was diving head first for first downs to get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I really think one of the reasons, that we lost against the 49ers, that we did not take advantage of Dak Prescott's legs. He had just rushed, for a crucial first down on fourth down. He had just got a crucial fourth down conversion with his legs, prior to that interception, because he ran for the first down on fourth. He had a little dump off to Tony Pollard. TP broke his leg, and then the interception happened. So, I definitely think they should have let Dak Prescott stay more involved in the rushing game against the 49ers. That is one thing, as good as the 49ers are, that is one area that they do have some issues with, is a mobile quarterback. So letting Dak Prescott run against them is definitely something I think they should do moving forward. Cowboy A, Ray J, what's up with you, my bro? Boy, I appreciate you for tapping in. Dwayne Brown, what's up with you, brother? Thank you for tapping in. Stephen White, Tavis Bank, what's up with y'all, man? Salute to all y'all good people for showing love to the channel, man. Salute to y'all good people. So yeah, man. So I definitely do think Dak Prescott deserves a couple more rushing attempts. I definitely do think he deserves a couple more rushing attempts. All right. So this is Dak Prescott's record when the Dallas Cowboys run the ball 5 times. He had at least 5 rushing attempts or more. At one point, the Dallas Cowboys were undefeated. They actually Dak Prescott actually started his career 5-0. You know, when he ran the ball 5 times or more. When Dak Prescott had 5 rushing attempts or more, the Dallas Cowboys actually started 5-0. So overall, Dak Prescott has ran the ball 5 times or more, 31 times in his career. The Dallas Cowboys have won 23 of them. They've won 23 of them. So, you know, most times when Dak Prescott get an adequate number of rushing attempts, the Dallas Cowboys usually find a way to win the game, right? And that's a big enough sample size, right? You know, if you win a certain way 23 times out of 31, you know, you can say that that's a big enough sample size to say you might want to lean towards giving Dak Prescott, you know, at least 5 carries. And you know, I think that's about the sweet spot. I think that's about the sweet spot for a mobile quarterback. We all believe that Jalen Hurts runs the ball too damn much, and then we also agree that Dak Prescott probably doesn't run the ball enough. So, you know, if you want to go like right in the middle, Jalen Hurts is averaging 11. I think Dak Prescott is averaging about 2 or 3 attempts. I think about 5 or 6 attempts is the perfect sweet spot for a quarterback like Dak Prescott. Right, because you know you can run on a couple of third downs, you can run in the red zone, you know, just run enough to keep defenses honest. Because when your quarterback is a threat to take off, a lot of times you do have to take a guy out of coverage to account for him, or you do have to have somebody to spy the quarterback. Right, there are things that you have to let go in order to make sure that you contain the quarterback when he's a threat as a runner. So, you know, Dak Prescott. So what do y'all think, man? You know, put a Y or an N. Should Dak Prescott get about 6 rushing attempts a game? If you agree with your boy, put a Y in there. If you don't agree with me, put an N. Yeah, keep the defense on the toe. He said wrench, Tavis. Keystone ain't got no wrench. Well, I damn sure gonna wrench up Keystone then. Hold on. Yeah, and you know I got Steven. He always slides through, so I'm a bless the boy. I'm gonna bless him. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Y'all bear with me. All right, so boom. Add as a moderator. Matt, Leslie, matter of fact, I'm gonna moderate you too, because you be supporting all the time. And then let me see, where's Steven go? There you go. He always slide in, so I got Steven. All right, so y'all welcome Steven. Y'all welcome Keystone. Y'all definitely welcome my boy Matt to the wrench gang, man. They made men now. They made men, so they can touch shit around here. So salute to y'all. So let's see. Yeah. Hey, anytime, man. Anytime, my brother. So Nisi says why. Big Ben and Rich. What's up with you, my boy? I see you sliding in. So Tavis Wank said hell yes. Okay, he got an HY. Miss Regina Green said yes. He said yeah, if need to instead of yeah. You know, you definitely should allow Dak Prescott to run the ball. You know, letting Dak Prescott take off and run is probably better than asking him to force the ball into double coverage or, you know. Yeah, I prefer Dak Prescott take off running. Because there will be plenty of times where the quarterback is not accounted for in the rushing game. There will be plenty of times where opposing defenses do not account for Dak Prescott as a runner of the football. Miss Nisi, I missed that too. I definitely miss it. And hey, man, listen, Dak Prescott used to ball, man. I'm not saying he's not balling now, but you know, in terms of like his physicality, you know, that boy was somersaulting to the end zone. He used to stiff arm linebackers and stiff arm safeties and things like that. Yeah, man. So I definitely, you know, miss that from Dak Prescott. You know, when Dak Prescott first came in, man, he reminded me, you know, of, and I know he was an Eagle, but you know, he reminded me a lot of McNabb, man. He used to go out there and make a lot of plays. Dak Prescott only ran a 4.7, but a 4.7 is damn good enough. He actually had a faster 40 time than Patrick Mahomes. So we all know Patrick Mahomes will take off running at the drop of a dime. Yeah, I remember he stiff armed the shit out of Josh Norman. So yeah, man. Yeah, Dak Prescott is definitely a big physical runner, but he did remind me of, you know, like a young Big Ben or McNabb when he first came into the league, man. You know, he was hard to bring down. He would break arm tackles. You know, he was strong enough to, you know, get people off him with a stiff arm and keep running down the field. So, you know, of course, you know, after you break your ankle, you snap your ankle the way that you do, you're not actively trying to go out there and, you know, be that physical all the time. But, you know, he still got that in his bag. I said he's still 6'2", 240. He's still mobile. You know, he's still an efficient runner. So, you know, I definitely see the Dallas Cowboys letting Dak Prescott, you know, get about 57, 60 rushing attempts. He said Dak had a Derrick Henry before him. Hey, man. Like, real talk, though. I definitely, yeah, but I think that should be added back into his game. Yeah, man. Josh Norman ain't say a damn thing after that. Josh Norman did not say a damn thing right after that. Well, yeah, man, let's take a quick like break, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share button for your boy, man. We're actually doing great, man. So I want to, you know, give a round of applause to everybody in the liquor store. Y'all putting on for your boy. We actually got more likes in the chat right now than we even got people still watching, man. So salute to y'all. Jay Bryan, he said, "Are you the only one tired of defending Dak?" I think that we're tired of defending Dak because everybody and their mama talk about him. You got to think about it. There was 31 quarterbacks in the National Football League last year that failed. The only people they still talking about is Dak Prescott. Tom Brady, who Dak Prescott blew out, you know, he retired. He rode out to the sunset empty-handed. You know, Justin Herbert, who they love so much, blew a 27-point lead in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence, you know, had just as many interceptions in the playoffs as he did touchdowns. Josh Allen stunk it up in the postseason. Got beat at home. Had home field advantage and lost. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about it. Joe Burrow did not play particularly well. He did not play particularly well in the postseason either. At least not against Kansas City. I mean, he did not play up the par against Kansas City. So there's plenty of damn near every quarterback in the National Football League failed except for Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes won MVP, Super Bowl MVP, got the trophy. He's the only person that you can't say anything negative about. But like they only choose to see what happened with Dak Prescott and the 49ers. You gotta get on YouTube and play what, man. Keep me in the loop. Oh, you talk about when Aaron Rodgers hasn't done much. As a matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers has never beaten the 49ers in the postseason. I just wanted to throw that out there. He's never beaten the 49ers in the postseason. Lost to them, in a horrific fashion multiple times. So yeah, man, they pick and choose who they decide, to talk about during the course of the off season, and of course, that they're going to choose the Dallas Cowboys because we get the clicks and get the views. Yo, what's up with you, Kevin Calloway? Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, my guy. Thank all y'all for your support, man. Thank all y'all for y'all support. Also, y'all should try and go out to some of these preseason games, man. Y'all need, I know a lot of y'all won't be able to make it out to training camp, but y'all should definitely go out there and take a look, at some of these young guys during the preseason games. The tickets are very, very reasonable. So y'all should definitely go out there to the preseason games. I'm going out to the preseason finale myself to get a final look at the guys after training camp is finished. So, y'all definitely should go out to the preseason, man. Up in the liquor store. Hey, what's up with your Silver Slayer? Salute to you, my guy. He already slapped his Eagles fan, so he done made his quota for the day, man. Salute to you. So, hey, man, make sure you hit that like and share button for your boy, man. He said, man, we got the pieces from players to the coaches. Hold on. I'm trying to put this up here so I can read it. Man, we got the pieces from the players to the coaches. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the running back group, and even that is pretty good problem to have considering we have Tony Pollard and Davis back there. Yeah. And listen, we got a good running back. We just got to see if the running back can carry the load. We just got to see what his transition is going to look like and becoming a full time. Yes, we got to see if Tony Pollard can handle the workload that we used to give Ezekiel Elliott or something similar to it, and we should be fine. If he checks that box, we're good on everything else. I am only worried, I am only worried about the offensive line if the Dallas Cowboys do not do these simple, things. If they go out there and they got, Tyron Smith, playing offensive guard or right tackle or something like that, then we're already messing up. If you play your best five and you play your best five at their best positions, I'm not worried about it until injury occurs. But right now, with them fully healthy, I think we got a pretty damn good offensive line. Okay, I like that mindset. He said Pollard can carry the load if at least 5 of his touches come on passes. I would like that anyway. Yeah, I believe that. You already know I believe that Tony Pollard is more of a weapon than he is just like a pure, run between the A gap running back. I think Tony Pollard is a weapon. We already know his background as a receiver and a returner in college, in Memphis. So, I definitely, want, Tony Pollard to be involved in the pass game. I definitely want him to be targeted enough to catch some screens, maybe line up out wide, line up in the slot at different times. He's one of your fastest players. He's one of your most dynamic players. So, I want him to get the ball in his hands, in a multitude of different ways. I don't just want it to be, Tony Pollard running up the A gap or the B gap. He's too good. Let him run some Texas routes at the backfield. Line him up in slot. Line him up outside if you want to. Let him run some wheel routes. Let Tony Pollard get the ball in his hand, no matter what it means. Screens, involve him in everything. Don't just hand him the ball. Throw the ball to Tony Pollard as well. He's too good of a player not to be heavily involved in the offense. There's no reason that Tony Pollard cannot get about 500 to 600 yards receiving this year. He's that good. Tony Pollard can get you about 500 to 600 yards receiving on accident if you actually give him the ball. And listen, if our offensive line is able to stay healthy for a majority of the season, we already know what Tyron Smith's injury history looks like. We already know he hasn't played a full season, in a very long time. I forget the exact year. It might have been 2014. But he hasn't played a full, or 15, I forget which one. But he hasn't played a full season, in quite some time. I expect him to miss at least a handful of games. But if I can keep him healthy for a majority of the season, and if he's healthy going into the playoffs, I feel real good about our offensive line. I feel real good about our offensive line as long as he's healthy a majority of the regular season and the entirety of the postseason. He said facts in it. Yeah, man. Like, listen, they sleep on Tony Pollard, man. I really was surprised when he declared, for the NFL draft, that he declared as a running back. I'm honest. I'll just be honest with you. I was surprised as hell that he declared, as a running back. But yeah, man, y'all drop some questions in the chat box, man. Y'all go ahead and drop some questions off in the chat box for your boy. I think McCarthy is giving the ball to our big players and probably 2 role players who will see some action, Tobin and Davis. Hey, do y'all remember how Mike McCarthy said he likes to call his plays? When they were talking about him, when he gave his thoughts about option routes and stuff, right? He gave pretty much a soliloquy about how he likes to call plays. He has a list of plays, like he has a sheet. He has a sheet of plays, for all his playmakers. So it's probably a big ass sheet of plays like this for CeeDee Lamb, a sheet of plays like this for Brandon Cooks, a sheet of plays like that for Michael Gallup, Tony Pollard, so on and so forth. So he already has plays, like designed to get certain players the ball. What I'm saying? He already has that in his mind. That's how he plays. He plays, he likes going to his star player. He like giving them ample opportunities. So, he likes drawing up, plays for his playmakers, which is some common sense stuff that Kellen Moore didn't really do too much of. What I'm saying? How many times was the game on the line and Amari Cooper was on the sideline? How many times was the play, with the game on the line, and he was drawing up plays with Noah Brown? You know what I mean? So he said, will Mike use Turpin other than on kickoffs? You would hope so. You would hope that he would, even if it's in a limited role. I wouldn't mind Turpin having the Lucky Whitehead role. I'm not expecting him to come out there and be Tyreek Hill, But if he can be Lucky Whitehead for the Dallas Cowboys, if he can be the guy, they can get us 15, 20 yards on a reverse. If he can situationally, be involved in the screen game, he can situationally catch a pass here and there over the course of the season, I'm fine with that. Now, Turpin is definitely not a guy that I believe will be involved in the game plan week in and week out. I just don't see it at this point in time. But I definitely do want the Dallas Cowboys to draw up a couple things for Turpin, over the course of the season. And if he does good with the little bit that you put on his plate, then you can increase the workload. If he plays well enough to earn more reps, then of course keep feeding him the ball. But I don't expect him to start off, as an intricate part of the Dallas Cowboy passing game or rushing attack. But I do think, over the course of the season, he will be able to make a couple splash plays for you if you allow it. Neeson said probably not till week 2. We'll see. I'm very interested though in what Turpin could bring to the table. Because he was, and listen, I know he has never done it in the NFL, but he was an all-purpose guy in college. They threw on the ball, he rushed it, he brought back kicks. He was an all-purpose guy at the USFL. He ran the ball, they threw on the ball. He did a little bit of everything. Return game. So he was a jack of all trades, and he was a very high-level jack of all trades at every other stop that he's had. So can he do it, for the Dallas Cowboys? I hope so. I believe he has the skill set and the physical ability to do so. He's probably the fastest player that we have on the offensive side of the ball. So, I do want them to at least try to do it. But, I do want, it done sparingly. I do want it done sparingly. You got Brandon Cooks, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Gallup, you got Tolbert. You want to involve Tony Pollard in the pass game because of his explosiveness. There's a lot of other guys, that I wouldn't mind getting, on the field and getting opportunities with the ball in their hand, outside of just Turpin. He said, use him D like Deshaun Jackson because he used to torture us. Man, yeah, D Jackson used to go crazy. But I will say Deshaun Jackson was a great route runner as well. He did, have high end speed, but he was an underrated route runner too. So they definitely they definitely have a role, could come up with a role for him. But Turpin got to show that he can actually go out there and play receiver at a high level. That he actually got to show that he can do receiver stuff first. So put some more questions in the chat box for your boy, man. We're moving into the Q&A portion of the show. I'm actually finna go make sure nobody knocked on more doors. So I'm finna show y'all this video of Eagles fan cowering in terror at the mention of Dak Prescott while I go check my front.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dallas is tough too. Dak always kills us. So if he's healthy for week. Dak always kills us. So
yeah, that fucker, he always does it too. Yeah.
Week 9 against Dallas, 4:25 p.m. We got, if we have Hurts and they have Dak, it would only be their second time playing against each other. In the first game, Hurts got beat pretty bad. 2021, we lost pretty bad against them when Dak and Hurts both played. And then last year, obviously, we had the backup, so didn't happen. That's going to be a tough. I mean, that's like getting a big it's getting a big time weight off our shoulders. Like if we could just beat that team with Dak, I just feel so good about that. Because to be honest, we haven't done it in forever. Since 2019, they haven't beat the Cowboys with Dak Prescott. And we all talk about how he's mediocre and all this, but plays well against us. So we got to go out there and I think we got to go out there and win. He's healthy for week.
Yeah.
All right. And Eastside, last time I checked, Brandon Cooks had 2,000-yard seasons for your team. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater all your life. As a matter of fact, let me go look at the numbers for Brandon Cooks with the Houston Texans. Because outside of last year, when he was trying to force his way out of Houston, let's see. So Brandon Cooks joined the Houston Texans in 2020. Over the course of the 2020 season, he had 81 catches, 1,150 yards, averaged 14.2 yards a catch, and had 6 receiving touchdowns with a long of 57. Right? So spectacular performance, and he had a catch percentage of 68.1%. The very following year in 2021, Brandon Cooks had 1,037 yards, 6 receiving touchdowns, and a long of 52. So you mean to tell me Brandon Cooks was a back-to-back 1,000-yard receiver for your team, and only didn't hit those marks because he missed 4 games last season? Brandon Cooks missed 4 games last season and still had 699 yards. He was not trying to play for y'all. So, I need y'all to stop, hating on Cooks, because he didn't want to be a part of your organization. It's not his fault. He was tired of playing with David Mills. It's not our fault that he was tired of playing with David Mills. No, the worst mistake that was made was Brandon Cooks deciding to go to the Houston Texans. Because theoretically he performed very well there for y'all. If you look at the numbers, he performed really well for y'all folks, man. He said, good luck with Noah. Oh, man. Listen, yeah, I just thought about that. Eastside, you up here, talking to us about Brandon Cooks, and we sent y'all Noah Brown, man. Said, how do you find the O-line rankings? It depends on which ones you're looking for. A bunch of different sites have different O-line rankings. Of course, the NFL has their own. You go to NFL.com, they have their own offensive line rankings. PFF has their own offensive line rankings. The 33rd team does. Like, every site has their own offensive line rankings. Yo, the original people, what's up with you, my boy? Thank you for tapping in and showing love, man. Texas D 903 said, and Schultz. Schultz is okay. I just haven't seen Schultz play without a good quarterback yet. Because Schultz didn't do anything with Cooper Rush. Schultz didn't do a damn thing with Cooper Rush. So, I'll wait and see. But, I definitely, I don't really know where the Dallas Cowboys should rank, in terms of offensive line play. Right? I love our team, but let's be honest. Like, the Dallas Cowboys, the offensive line did not play good last year at all. So, I'm concerned with it as well. But, I think with a healthy Tyron Smith, you're better. How much better, I don't know just yet. But I definitely believe you're a better offensive line when Tyron Smith is on the field. But I'm not really sure how well will be, how high will be ranked going into the season. How well that they'll play. My boy just a little salty that that he didn't want to play for them no more. He wanted to come play with a real quarterback. What's up with you, Joe? He said, what's up, Hennythemoor? I'm sharing, pushing the like button, slapped Eagle fans right and left until my hands turn purple. Hey, man, you deserve a Purple Heart for putting in that work, man. Salute to you. He said, the O-line and the linebackers are my only concerns right now. I have more concerns with the offensive line than I do the linebackers, just because the Dallas Cowboys don't rely on the linebackers anyway. Dallas Cowboys, play over 70% big nickel. So J-Ron Curse is on the field so much, he got the green dot. He's in the box. He does a lot of linebacker stuff. I'm not calling him a linebacker, but he's damn near like a linebacker for you. So when you think about your tandem of safeties, you usually have a three safety look on the field, and then you got your boy out there, Leighton Vander Esch. You hope for the development of Damone Clark and some of those other guys. I think the Dallas Cowboys, I would have preferred them going out there and getting Bobby Wagner when they had an opportunity, because he didn't want much. But it is what it is. They don't believe that they need one, so it is what it is. What's up with you, Thomas Garrett? Salute to you, man. Coze, what's up with you, Coze Banks? Salute to you, my boy. Thank you for tapping in and showing love to the liquor store, man. Salute to all y'all good people. So yeah, man, y'all keep putting y'all questions in the chat box, man. I know I have not formally announced it, but we are in the Q&A section, of the video. No, you got rid of DeAndre Hopkins because he didn't want to be there. Yo, what's up with my boy, man? My boy Landlord said, what's happening, DC4L gang? Hey, I appreciate you for the $5 donation, my guy. I appreciate you, my boy. And if y'all want to be like Landlord, man, and improve your odds of winning the Dallas Cowboy ticket, jersey, or PlayStation 4, man, just do like him, send a super chat or send a super sticker, man. But I appreciate all y'all for the love and support. But yeah, man, y'all show Big Landlord some love in the liquor store, man. He got his own section and his own brand of liquor inside the liquor store, man. So y'all make sure y'all show Landlord some love. He said, man, Bobby Wagner would have put us all over the top. Bobby Wagner would have, man. I would not shut up about Bobby Wagner. But it's probably one thing though, man. One thing though, man, like I did overhype the Dallas Cowboys signing what was the boy name? Harrison. The last linebacker we got, I overhyped that like a mug. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wrote an entire damn article. I wrote an entire damn article about how the boy from the Vikings was gonna put us over the top. And Anthony Barr came over here and ain't do a damn thing. He came over here and ain't do a damn thing. So I'm gonna stop co-signing. I'm gonna stop co-signing linebackers because I apparently don't know what the hell I'm talking about. The number said he should have been fine in our system. He did not play at the par. I don't know what was going on with Anthony Barr. I don't know if his old lady was tripping. I don't know if he was stressed out. I don't know what the hell was going on with Anthony Barr when he was in Dallas, but shit, he did not play like he did the season prior. So that was one of the things that make me not want to try and step a linebacker right now. Hey, shout out to my boy Neil. He said Dallas winning 6 this season. Salute to you, and you just got another ticket entry, my boy. I appreciate you. So Neil, let me tell you where you're sitting at right now. So with that entry, Neil, you now have 20. So Neil, you are now up to 20. Yeah, Candy Bar. Yeah, because it was definitely sweet out there where Anthony Barr was trying to hold it down. It was definitely sweet out there. They call that man Candy Bar. He was sweet out there. But you know what? Just because he had a down year, he still had a hell of a career. He had a great season before, the year prior. He had a great season the year prior. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the reasons why I was very high on him joining the Dallas Cowboys. But that also goes to show you, man, you can't always just use raw numbers, to say if somebody's going to play well for you. Yeah, matter of fact, bro, the name of the article I wrote about Anthony Barr was called Raising the Bar. It was called Raising the Bar. I gave like his numbers and stuff for what he did, with the Minnesota Vikings the year prior. I hyped him up. Yeah, he was on track to have a career season before the injuries. I was, talking about him and Dan Quinn's system and playing him alongside Michael Parsons and all these different things that did not come to fruition. So, I was totally off the mark there. But, I'm always man enough to admit where I was wrong. I wasn't wrong in my analysis of the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because the numbers are what the numbers are. He did play well with the Vikings, up until the year where prior to where we got him. But, he was limbo because he lowered the... Y'all so damn crazy. He said he was limbo. Y'all remember limbo? You gotta, how low can you... Oh, shit. Man, you ain't gotta do Anthony Barr like that, man. You ain't gotta do Anthony Barr like that. God damn, he said called the man limbo. Yeah, he looked like he was in limbo when he was out there trying to tackle folks. Yeah, that man looked at lost a lot of times, man. Maybe it was just trying to learn a new system after being in Minnesota all those years. Maybe the learning curve was steep. I don't know, but I feel like Dan Quinn is an exceptional coach. And he's a veteran. I would have thought that he would have caught on to whatever the hell we asked him to do. But more power to him. This is not an Anthony Barr, slander show or anything like that. I just pretty much said that, because we had brought up Bobby Wagner. I'm not saying they're the same pedigree of player, of course, but last time I overhyped the linebacker, I had looked it crazy. So I'm gonna stop short of saying guaranteed things. My boy said Anthony Barr couldn't tackle air. Ooh, man, y'all keep putting y'all questions in the chat box, man. Cause we're gonna do Q&A, then I'll give y'all raffle updates, and then we'll get out of here, man. He said Barr should have been a Texan. He would have fit right in. Y'all so damn crazy. Bet the original people, I got you. Hold on, he said put my wrench on this channel. There you go. Hold on. I done wrenched them up. We Gucci. He said, what battles you looking forward to? Man, let me tell you. Pass rusher, edge rusher, whatever you want to call it, edge, defensive end, pass rusher, that's going to be crazy. Because you got so many of them. You got so many of them already. We already know what Michael Parsons is. We already know D-Law is set. All those guys. But think about Isaiah Land and, Darrell Johnson and all these other guys. The kid, Tyrese Wheat, from Mississippi State. You got a bunch of very good pass rushers coming in, and those guys are undrafted free agents. You got a bunch of pass rushers trying to make it on this team, man. So the entirety of the pass rushing room, especially the guys on the lower end, that's going to be something to watch. That's going to be something to watch. So yeah, that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see if Isaiah Land, can make it onto the active roster. I want to see if Tyrese Wheat or one of these other boys can give him a run for his money. Darrell Johnson from Liberty, and he can play. I seen him play well against my Razorbacks, so that's why he sticks in my mind. I seen him play well against my Razorbacks. We're SEC team. We got some guys that ended up getting drafted. So, Choctaw, what's up with you, my boy? I appreciate you for stopping through and showing love to the channel, my guy. Don't you start that shit, Choctaw. Don't you start that shit. You talking about the SEC overrated. Man, calm down. Said Isaiah Land was one of my guys I hit. Hey, man. Isaiah Land one of them. It said the original people said he only want Michael Russian. Y'all do know the Big Ten got more Hall of Famers than the SEC. It doesn't matter because your quarterback played in the SEC. You know, you think about all the guys that came out the SEC, man. Think about all the guys that came out the SEC. We got dogs, man. That's why everybody trying to run and join the SEC, my boy. That's the big ticket. And listen, they got more Hall of Famers right now. You said that the SEC doesn't produce quarterbacks. Well, let's see. Matthew Stafford played in the SEC. He played at Georgia. Dak Prescott played in the SEC. He played at Mississippi State. Jalen Hurts was an Alabama boy. Mac Jones was from Alabama. And I know Mac Jones ain't shit, and we always talk shit about Jalen Hurts on this channel. So I'm not really helping my case, am I? But I'm just naming guys that's starting right now. I'm just naming guys starting right now. So Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Mac Jones. Let's see. I'm trying to. It's hard for me to think about it right now because I ain't got a picture of the starting quarterbacks in the league right now. He said, "I'm not helping my case." Hell no. Which is true. They have not produced a lot of quarterbacks, but overall, like players, man, offensive linemen, linebackers, pass rushers, defensive tackles, wide receivers. Matter of fact, think about all the good wide receivers came out the SEC. Julio Jones, Amari Cooper. I'm just thinking about one. I'm just talking about one team right now in Alabama. Calvin Ridley, Jamar Chase at the SEC, Justin Jefferson at the SEC, Odell Beckham. Yeah, man, like SEC produces a bunch of monsters, man. Chris Jones on the defensive side played college football with Dak Prescott. I don't know about that, Choctaw. Maybe I do slightly agree with you about the quarterbacks. Like there've been a lot better quarterbacks produced in like the Big Ten, like overall. I think Tom Brady played in Michigan. We all know that Troy Aikman. He said a bunch of busts more than monsters. I don't know about that now. I don't know about all that now, Choctaw. We're not going to act like Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones were SEC quarterbacks. Was Daniel Jones an SEC quarterback? What did he play at? He played at like a bullshit school. If Daniel Jones from the SEC, then I think I might retract what I said. No, he played at Duke. Okay. Drew Brees, I think because Peyton Manning played at Tennessee. I don't know you want to count that. Yeah, because Peyton Manning played at Tennessee, he is an SEC quarterback. Matter of fact, Eli played at Ole Miss. I don't know, because I think Eli's sort of a little overrated too. But then again, he did get the 2 Super Bowl MVPs and he threw for damn near 60,000 yards. So I don't know. No, that is a good, a good train of thought. Which division do y'all think produced the best quarterbacks? the SEC, the ACC, the Big 10, the Big 12. Which division do y'all think produced the best quarterbacks? Because I think like the rest of the talent, I think the rest of the talent is about even. When you talk about all the good wide receivers that came out, you can find a good wide receiver any damn where. Good defensive tackle, good tackles, all the other stuff. All right, so Choctaw said the Pac-12 produced the best quarterbacks. Flo said the Big 12 produced the best quarterbacks. Keystone said the SEC produces the best quarterbacks. Oh no, that is a good question. I think I'm gonna put that as a poll. I think I'm going to put that as a poll, on the channel. So next time that the college season comes around, I tell y'all what, we're gonna poll it like this. So when we're scouting quarterbacks next year, because we all gonna scout quarterbacks and all this different stuff. I said you talking about KJ Jefferson? KJ hard, man. KJ hard. He got good passing statistics, but we don't ask him to throw the ball like a whole lot. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? So he be out there completing like 68, 67, 66% of his passes and shit. But we don't really ask him to throw the ball 40 times in a game or 35 times in a game. So I gotta see how he translates. But I definitely like KJ. I definitely like KJ. He would be a good backup quarterback for us to pick up, especially if we sign Dak Prescott to an extension. I wouldn't mind us drafting somebody like KJ Jefferson and letting him develop behind Dak Prescott. He got the work ethic. He got the body frame. He's mobile. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind us having KJ Jefferson be our backup in the future. But you never know, man. KJ might play so well this year. He might go start somewhere. They be rotating the hell out of those. Joe is like a mixed one, because even though Joe Burrow won his championship in LSU, he's from Ohio and he was a backup quarterback for Ohio State. He just didn't feel like he was going to get an opportunity ahead of Justin Fields. I think it was Justin Fields that was there at the time. I don't believe he thought he was going to get an opportunity ahead of him. So he ended up going to LSU and playing for a year and winning a title. But the SEC has put some good quarterbacks into the league, though. You can't lie about that, Choctaw. Sangria, no good, too much sugar, nasty hangover. He said Joe Burrows couldn't outperform. It was Dwayne. It was Dwayne Haskins. But I will say this though, Ohio State has put a bunch of quarterbacks into the league recently. I will say that about Ohio State. And in Choctaw, I fool with Ohio State. I don't like them as much as I like my Razorbacks, but they like my second team. They like my second team. Cause my big brother is a diehard Ohio State fan. So I ended up when we were young. I ended up start catching the games with him and shit. So I do like Ohio State because that's my big brother team. So I'll never go out here and put like Ohio State slander, because I do like them. But I'll never put Ohio State over my Razorbacks. But I do got a lot of love for Ohio State. Yeah, man, my big brother he a diehard Buckeye fan, man. So growing up, I ended up watching a lot of those games with him and shit. Choctaw said Bama 1-1 against OSU. He said Danny Savage said Dwayne was Spanish. Nobody knows that. R.I.P. I didn't know that either. But yeah, that is a good question. I think I'm gonna poll it. And then I'm gonna use that in the future when it's time to see for us to scout some folks. said no state has better sports than the state of Texas. The SEC play each other, man. So you can't really even say that. He said his dad from Panama and his mama was Puerto Rican. I didn't know that. That he was Panamanian. Okay, cool. All right, so now we done went through Q&A, man. I'm gonna give y'all some raffle updates, and then he said his cousin Giovanni, tight end, started at Miami, then West Virginia, did good when Greer left, went to Rutgers. See, I didn't even know that he in the XFL now. See, well, I appreciate you for the background information because I ain't know none of that. Boy, you know, man. Hey, the South got something to say. He said we play the best teams in the playoffs, and when we play outside the conference, they have to switch games on national TV. It's very uncivilized. See, I had just asked the question, and I done started a whole damn war in the chat box. Listen, man, what you cannot come out on here, man, and tell a Southerner as myself that the South is scared of anything. Like we bar no we bar no plex. We want all smoke. You know, we want all smoke. We ain't ducking and dodging nothing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Y'all want to line up the best team in Ohio against the best team in Texas or Alabama or Arkansas when we gonna smoke all that. They gonna get put up, they gonna get rolled up, put in the Philly, and put in the atmosphere right after that, man. Well, I'm glad they're good people, man. I hate that happens to that boy. But Choctaw, Ohio State lost to Georgia. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all. It's a reason Ohio State roster is full of kids from the South. Thank you. Talk about the man, yeah, like they entire team is Southerners. Them boys from Texas, Georgia, Florida. They is everywhere but Ohio. He did ruin that game for y'all. That upset me because I never want to see Georgia win a damn thing. I never want to see Georgia win a damn thing. So you know I wanted that kick to go in. I got a classmate that's a diehard Georgia fan, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give y'all these raffle updates. Then we gonna wrap it up. I gotta hit this gym. Yeah, I definitely gotta hit this gym while the hitting is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all these raffle updates. Then I'm gonna depart. So Craven Cowboys, Mickey, you out there somewhere in the world? You got 10 of them things. So salute to you. Dwayne Brown, you got 14. It's Too Easy, you got 5. Brian Kite, you got a half of a 1, so you need $5 more. Hoodlum, you got 2. Sharon Bill, you got 1. DC for Life Texas, you got 10 ticket entries. Neil, you got 20 ticket entries, and you got the second best odds of winning the ticket, man. So salute to you, my guy. Let's see. The Lunatic, you got 1. Donald Holmes got 6. Taiwan got 4. Crystal got 1. Mike DC4L got 1. Josie Guetes got 2. King G got 3. Michael Autry got 3. VA Roster X got 17. Big Benny, you got 1. Justin Kitchen got 3. Sugar Daddy 1 got 1. Big Dal got 2. JJ the Mine with 2. Wonder got 3. Salter got 2. S.A. Richburg is leading the way and got the best opportunity at winning with the most entries. He has 22 of them. So salute to him. Mucho Boomin got 2. David Sorrells got 2. Dwayne Morris got 2.5. Triple D got 1. Melvin Brownlee got 4. Jay Money got 2. Marquetta got 2. Big Tex got 1. Regina Green got 6. Choctaw, you got 1. Jose Banks, if you're in here still, you got 2. The Original People got 3. NFZ with 1. Donna with 3. Reggie with 3. Kevin Richards with 2. Matt Leslie, you got 4. Freight Train, you got 2. Common Sense got 2. Q-Dog got 2. JR has 1. Vernon got 1. Desmond Ironman, 2. Michael Lockhart, 1. 80s Baby, 1. iRock, 2. You got 2.5. Keystone got 2. Benny Stanley got 1. Data Yoda has 1. Philly got 1. And Patrice has 7. So that's where everybody stands right now. So those are your current raffle entries. If you want to improve your odds of winning these tickets or this PlayStation 4 or this jersey, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chats or the Super Stickers. You got until August the 1st to do so. And then we will draw the 3 winners on the 2nd, right? So you got about 10 days or so. I think it's 9 days. I think you got like 9 days to get your ticket entries in. So I appreciate y'all, man. It's been an hour and a half, really an hour 22. So I thank y'all for tapping in and showing love to the channel. Continue to hit that like button on the way out. Continue to hit that share button on the way out of the liquor store. And continue to hit that like. Continue to hit that super chat. Continue to hit those super stickers and super chats, man. And them cash outs. But thank you. I'm out. I'm finna go try to get swole. I'll see y'all later, man.